What's up, everybody? My name is Shawn,
I'm Hope.
and this is the Aqualine Articles. What's up, guys? Again, Shawn here with Aqualine Performance, and today I have one of my reach out agents. Her name is Hope. She helps me with reaching out to companies, calling people. She sets up appointments, things like that. Just kind of general. She works on social media. Anything kind of in between that Aqualine needs, Hope hops in and helps.
Hi, Shawn.
Hey, how you doing, Hope?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Well, where are we today?
So we are at a very famous racetrack that we can't name for copyright reasons, but let's say it's a track that's used for bass tar.
Okay, Shawn, tell me how Aqualine became Aqualine Performance.
So how Aqualine started was originally, do you want the full story or a summary? What do you want?
Okay, let's do the full story. Go ahead.
So the full story is I used to be in a life insurance company. Again, I'm not going to name the name of the company, but I used to be part of life insurance. Me and the broker of that office, we had the same birthday and everything. We went through the Formula 1 type cars. We would always talk about going to Monaco and all this crazy. And one day I was just on YouTube and this video just kept popping up. I was really into Formula 1 esports, and this video between Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel, it's like an hour long. I mean, nobody wants to watch an hour long YouTube video. But it finally got put on my heart to just watch it. I was like, all right, I feel like God is showing me this for a reason. So I watched it, and that's when I knew this is what I want to do. I want to race cars. So Aqualine Performance, it wasn't even originally Aqualine Performance. Originally, it was Aqualine Formula Group, and then it became Aqualine Racing, and then it became Aqualine Performance because performance is just a more broad-stroked word. So I decided to use that in case I wanted to do other things on top of motorsports. But so then I had this convention when I was 20 years old. This is 2019 now. And you guys can actually see this post on my Instagram. I was sitting next, and I'll show it in the actual video, but I was standing next to Lewis Hamilton's car that was in that same YouTube video that I watched. And exactly 1 year later, I took that picture on June 27th or something like that of 2019. Well, June 27th or 28th of 2020, I bought my very first Formula car. And then a bunch of events just kind of happened in between. Aqualine was born, and then from 2022 to 2023, that year just disappeared from my life. So many crazy things happened. But then my birthday, May 23rd of 2023, that's when I finally got the licensing and everything in order. And we started off as a detailing company just so I can build a name in Las Vegas, and so I can just build some credibility with some businesses. And now we're switching to the actual motorsports, which is what we've been wanting to do. My ultimate goal is to build supercars. I want to be my own manufacturer, and that's kind of how it all started.
Okay, nice. Okay, so did you have any what were your main goals starting the business? Did you start big, start thinking big, or did you gradually want to how do I put this? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you mean was the thinking always big, or did it kind of progress? I would say that the thing, and by the way, guys, all this wind and stuff, I said, we're actually at a racetrack right now. They were nice enough to let us use some of their cars in the garage, so it's a little windy. That's why we have mics. We're gonna clean it up.
Yeah.
But I kind of always been a big thinker. I grew up really broke, so just where I was at, I know I needed to be a millionaire, so I always kind of had I'm gonna be a millionaire in my mind.
Okay.
But my dream, and as crazy as it sounds, anybody watching it will call it a pipe dream. But to me, I feel like it's a vision from God. I've always thought that I meant to drive in Formula 1. I meant to be a professional driver. I meant to build a $1 billion corporation. So I guess from the beginning, it's always really been big. But I guess the path progressively came on this is going to happen, then this is going to happen. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I always thought I was going to get there.
Okay, yeah. What's Aqualine Performance doing now to get closer to your goals?
So right now, this whole last year, 2024, was all about the detailing side of the world. The pulling up to people's houses, cleaning their cars and
Yeah.
stuff, polishing them, ceramic coating, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And we're still offering that. It's just how we're running it is different. This year's focus, we finally decided, like, dude, our dream is to race cars. We should just do that. We should figure out how to make that happen. So this year, what we started was our motorsport marketing system, which my last YouTube video, which I'll reference kind of in the corner here. Our motorsports marketing system works like this. The very first part of it is like a standard sponsorship. A company comes to us, they put their company all over our stuff, all of our uniforms, our travel cars, our race cars, all that. So that's a typical sponsorship. They give us money, we promote them. That's the win-win. But we're taking it a step further because we haven't ever seen it done in the motorsports world, where on top of the regular sponsorship and promotion, we're actually going to create custom one-on-one ads for them. So like collaborative ads between Aqualine and company ABC, whatever it is. And then on top of the ad creation and the content creation, like the story form, the podcast, we're also going to do digital ad targeting using Meta, Google, all these other forms of actually putting out their SEO, all that stuff. So not only are we promoting them, we're making content for them. We're also going to be doing paid advertising for them. And just as an added bonus, especially if they're local here in Las Vegas, just to help keep their business image clean, we're going to clean all their employees' cars as like an added benefit. So we went from just strictly detailing to where detailing is still available, but more just in the background, and the motorsports side is what we're focusing on now.
Okay, wow, super cool, super cool. How would you, if someone was to ask you how they would get into the motorsport world, what would you tell them? Or what would your advice be to them?
I'd say my advice, just because like how I started off with esports. I started off with, having actually I started with a freaking PlayStation controller, but then it moved into the steering wheels and stuff. I would do karting. That's a big one. Is like most of these guys, they're starting off as kids, they're 6, 7, 8 years old. They're driving around in super karts and all that stuff. So for anybody, I would say like finding a local karting league is crucial. It's going to help them a ton, and it's going to help kind of show them all that it's involved. Because a lot of people think, oh, you just get a car and race. Well, it's not that simple. There's a lot of ongoing costs. There's maintenance costs. It costs to enter into races. It costs to get equipment like your uniforms and your devices and stuff. So it can be expensive, and that's why we wanted to find a way to, that was an R8. That's why we wanted to figure out a way to where, how can we live our dreams while still profiting? You know what I mean? But I would say for anybody really getting into karting and putting themselves in a place where motorsports is prevalent, like anybody who's coming to Aqualine, they're going to have a chance, like all the businesses that we're going to be signing on, they're going to get a select amount of people that can actually fly out to the tracks. Like we'll cover the tickets or whatever, however it ends up working out. But like they can send 3 executives out and they're going to be trackside with us. Along with like, we're going to be giving away experiences to actually drive these formula cars. And as we progress as a company, we're going to start training young drivers and getting them into formula cars maybe a year or 2 earlier than the standard FIA level, because we want to start prepping American drivers to go into Europe. A lot of times, especially nowadays, American drivers, they're just not as equipped as European drivers. And we want to change that. We want to give America kind of the cutting edge to get back into motorsports like how we used to.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, ever since I've worked here, and I've only been working here for what, maybe half a year now, something like that.
A little bit longer than that, like since like I think April or May.
Well, it hasn't been too long. But I've learned a lot about yourself and a lot about the company. What are some other things that you would like people to know about Aqualine Performance?
That's a good question. I guess I really want people to know that we're visionaries. You know what I mean? We're visionaries, we're executors, we're creative. In terms of personality as a company and really as a team, like everybody kind of displays that, which is cool. Like I felt like God kind of put the right people together. The biggest thing I want people to know is that we want to grow and help others grow. Like that's why we created the whole motorsports marketing system, is because we want to provide value. Like we're all really perfectionists. Like you've heard me trip out on the guys over like little bitty stuff with detailing, and just when it comes to motorsports and all that, we want to do what we want to do, and we want to help others win while we do it. I guess that's the biggest thing that I could say. Like Automotive Couture, right? The shirt that I'm wearing, this is a luxury clothing brand that we started and is going to be the actual merchandise provider, because all these companies that we're signing, they're going to be plastered all over the Aqualine brand merch. Like, we want to promote people just as much as we promote ourselves. Like, it's not for us, it's not about just us winning. We want us and everybody else who's with us to win.
Yeah, that's good. You see Aqualine going past Vegas to other states and maybe even other countries one day?
Yeah, like I said, our goal is I want to drive in Formula One. I know it sounds crazy, but I just think that if it's meant for you, it'll happen.
Yep.
And if you work your but our goals in the next 2 years should go international. Like, we want to be in Europe. We want to be racing in Europe. We want to be all over the country. I want in the next 2 to 3 years for Aqualine to be a household name. Like, people say Aqualine and they know who it is, what we do, and how to get in contact with us. They know our website, they know our social media. Like, you say Mercedes, or like a Ferrari 296 just passed us. You say Ferrari, you know Ferrari.
Yeah.
I want people to say Aqualine and know Aqualine.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, Shawn, I think I remember you telling me that you want to build supercars. What is the ultimate goal for that?
I heard it on this movie. It's literally a movie called Ferrari. He said Jaguar races to build more cars and to sell more cars. I sell more cars, and that ends up Ferrari. I sell more cars to race more. And that's kind of where my heart is I want to build supercars. I want to build technically advanced vehicles that, you know, it's all about the experience. Like, it's essentially, as you get in, it's like getting in a GT3 racing car or an F1 car that's street legal. That's my real goal with the supercar thing. Overall, with Aqualine, my goal is to really just kind of be in all areas. Like, I want to be in GT3 racing. I want to get into LMP racing. I want to get into F1. I want Aqualine to be like almost like a BMW or a Mercedes type deal, where we're just kind of involved in everything. And then, like, I also want to build a fully organic energy drink company, Aqualine Energy. Yeah, that's actually something I want to do.
I didn't know that, y'all. We're both learning something new.
And yeah, I want to build supercars. I want to be in every major motorsport. I want to develop a company that develops people in terms of like driving aptitude, but not also that. Like, I want to build like a school for engineering and teaching people how to like advance their engineering skills in the automotive world. Eventually get into like tech stuff involving cars, like pretty much anything that has to do with cars. I want to be involved.
Yeah, wow, big goals.
Yeah.
And I know you're gonna accomplish it, because
Thanks.
even like the smallest
She was afraid to say that, I
I
promise.
wasn't. Even the smallest time I've been here, I've seen so much like growth, even just with like the people around us. Like,
Yeah.
we're just a big family. But
Yeah.
well, thanks for this. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah. And thanks to the people who provided all of this, the garage, the cars. Just due to copyright reasons, I can't name their names, but, you know, it's awesome for them to let us come out here. And the biggest thing that I want to end with, thanks, Hope, for also coming out here, coming up with the questions and all that stuff. For anybody who's watching this video, this podcast is really just this first kind of episode. It's just so you guys can get to know me more. You get to know my background story. You get to know Hope. You get to know the team. You get to know Aqualine more. We want to build a community and build an environment where everybody who watches feels welcome and can be a part of it. If you guys are interested in the motorsports marketing, you want to get involved, you have a business or a brand you want to promote with us, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to drop a link in the description below. That way you can set up a quick, it's completely free, 15-minute consult call. We'll kind of go over everything. But if you're just a regular viewer, you don't have a business, you know, you can show the biggest support by liking this video, subscribing it, sharing it, commenting, you know, the whole YouTube spiel. Also follow us on Instagram. I'll leave the tag right here. But yeah, guys, we're really thankful to have all you guys. We're really thankful for just social media giving us the opportunity to spread out kind of for free. And this has been the Aqualine Articles. We'll catch you guys soon.
Yep.
Later.
Yo, we gotta eat that up.